everyone. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Gotta Be Handmade Live. Thank you so much for joining me. Before we get started, take the link above, copy it and paste it on your Facebook page and invite your friends and family to join us tonight. If you're on YouTube, please share it out. Tell your friends and your family about these amazing guests that I have on the broadcast. I'm Linda. I'm the old bird with Gotta Be Handmade Live. I bring attention to handmade artists through my social media platforms, and I have somebody with me tonight to talk about a subject that may be a little different for my regular broadcast. Let me tell you about her. Her name is Brandy Inman. She is a renowned photographer in Atlanta, Georgia, and in that area, she is the CEO and owner of Barefeet Imagery. Did I pronounce it correctly, Brandy?
You did. Thank you, Linda.
Thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, Brandy, your photographs on Instagram are amazing.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
I love them. I love them. And that's why I contacted you. You take photographs of families. You take photographs of weddings. You take photographs of individuals. And I asked you to come on the broadcast and share with us what can we do with them.
Well, I think with the way things have going these past 2 years with the pandemic and the world just being turned upside down, I think that we all just really crave to see each other's faces. I think that around the holidays, photo gifts have always been popular, but even more so with the pandemic and not being able to see our families and friends as much as possible. I think just even getting like a card in the mail or even just a printed photo of your family member or someone you haven't seen in a couple months is just going to be a way to really brighten up their day and their season. And it's just something that is so simple, but it's something that people really cherish all the time. I don't think photo gifts will ever really go out of season. So that's good news for me. And it's really good news for everybody because it's so easy to just take a picture of your family or even yourself sometimes and send it to somebody that you love.
Yes. Now, do you take photographs for the holidays? When I say for the holidays, I mean with the decorations and things like that. Do you take photographs of us with holiday decor?
I do. So from the months of around September to December, I photograph over 100 families here in Atlanta. That is my client base, and it's mostly holiday settings for Christmas cards, Christmas gifts. And I'm lucky enough to live in an area where I have a lot of different scenes and foliage, and we have a lot of different venues that cater to this service. So I'm lucky enough to be able to visit different venues that are set up in a Christmas scene or with pumpkins and trucks and hay to really kind of get people into that holiday spirit. So yes, I do photograph people for the holiday season and other parts of the year as well, but mostly the holidays.
Now, once we contact you and we meet with you and you take our photograph, what can we do with the photograph in our homes of ourselves? Now, let me explain.
Mhm.
I purchased a photograph recently. I wrote it down so I'll have it and I would know what to tell you. It is a print
Okay.
of a photograph, a 1939 photo. The title of it is Waiting at Streetcar Terminal. And it was taken by Lee Russell. He took a lot of photographs of just American life during the Great Depression. I have the photograph. I love the photograph. It is amazing. It's black and white. It is
Mhm.
amazing. And it has a picture of an old Coca-Cola cooler in the background. And I, I, I don't know what to do with it. Should I take it somewhere and have it framed and hang it on the wall? I really don't know how to display it. So give us some suggestions on displaying ourselves. This one happens to be of people. So what would we do with them in our homes?
Sure. With something like that, whether it be something that you found that is an antique and a one of a kind, or it's an old photo that was passed down to you from your great grandmother, I would highly suggest first getting it scanned in so you can keep a digital copy of it in case something happens to the original. You don't want that memory to be lost. And
Right.
after that, I would definitely frame it. I would put it in a frame that you're going to want to keep for a long time. Once something is framed for me, I like to try to keep it there just because, things happen. Moisture gets inside the glass. You don't want to start taking it in and out, and you don't want to put your fingerprints all over the paper. So, yeah, number one, scan it in so you'll have a backup. And number two, just try to protect it. Try to put it into a safe frame and hang it on the wall and enjoy it. Pictures are
Okay.
priceless. Yeah.
Now, the photographs that you take of us for the holidays, whether they have a holiday scenery or not,
Hmm.
when we get the photographs and we know who we're going to send them to, we're going to send them to uh, family, grandmothers or granddads, aunts and uncles, or whoever. We're going to send them a photograph.
Hmm.
Now, how do we send it? Should we just send the photograph? Should we frame it before we send it? What should we do with it to send it as a gift for the holidays?
That's a great question. I think there's different levels of gifts depending on who you're giving it to. I receive a lot of Christmas cards from my clients, which is really special to me in the form of a card. So there's a lot of places online that you can turn your holiday pictures into cards and mail it out to your friends and family. I know that my grandparents love to get a framed photo. So I try to print something out and pick out a really nice frame and give it to them wrapped up as a gift. There's all sorts of sites and websites online that will turn your photos into all sorts of gifts, like coffee mugs and puzzles and even quilts and T-shirts. So, I mean, the options are really endless. But I would
Okay.
highly suggest just sending them out as cards really is something that is easy to send and receive. I know the mail is always a little bit crazy around the holidays, so putting a stamp on something and sending it on its way is probably the easiest.
Okay. All right. Now, Brandy, I know if uh, people are saying hello, hello, thank you for joining us. Now, Brandy, if someone wanted to contact you, and I'm going to put this in the feed immediately following the broadcast on both
Yeah.
Facebook and on YouTube, we can contact you on Instagram at Barefeet Imagery as well as on Facebook. Now, in mentioning contacting you, if and guys, if you have any questions that I didn't ask, please contact Brandy and ask her, and she'll get back with you. Now,
Absolutely.
Brandy, if we're in the Atlanta area, is it too late to contact you to get a professional photograph?
Well, most of my slots are already filled for the weekends. I
Okay.
am pretty flexible on the weekdays if your schedule will allow that. I love making house calls as well. I love to photograph people in front of their house, their front door, to just kind of make those memories extra special with your house behind you as the backdrop. So,
Oh,
yeah, feel
yeah.
free to reach out to me and we'll see what we can do. I love to just swing by sometimes.
Oh, thank you so much, Brandy.
You're so welcome.
And everybody, once again, I promise I'll put Brandy also has a website which is barefeetimagery.com. And
Yes.
I'll put that link and the link to her Instagram and Facebook pages in the feeds immediately following the broadcast. Now, look, if you enjoyed this, if you learned something new, please, please support these amazing artisans. And please share this out so other people can know about them. If you're in the Atlanta area, please contact Brandy. Give a super special gift this year. My husband and I are. I'm going to get gussied up in my Christmas wear, and I'm going to take a photograph for my aunt that's 91 years old. And I'm going to
Wow.
send it to her just to make her smile. So, look, contact Brandy, put her to work. Make her come to you and take your photograph if you're in Atlanta. I know you're out there looking. Brandy, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you, Linda. Thank you for having me. I had a lot of fun.
Now, everybody, thank you for joining us tonight. Because for the best, it's just gotta be handmade. Bye bye.